Stevie Y? I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to be convinced with this one. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt to open things up, but we have to make sure that this works out, right? Let's wait until the season begins before making conclusions, but Erik Gustafsson has signed a 2-year, $2 million AAV contract with the Detroit Red Wings. And some of the replies go out there and illustrate where some concerns may lie. Raymond Hatt said they traded a pick away to get rid of Wallman to use that cap space to sign Erik Gustafsson. Whatever Yzerman is cooking, it's starting to burn. Wallman was already a healthy scratch towards the end of the year. Wallman sucked, gonna cry about it some more. He's a solid player. Wallman was horrible for what he was getting, yada yada yada. The thing is, I will say, Gustafsson is a player that was projected to get a lot more. AFP Analytics tweeted this out. This is a very good deal for a second, third pair defenseman with good metrics who can produce, and even fill in on the power play. The projected contract that Gustafsson was going to get was in the $3.8 million range, 3 years by AFP Analytics. The actual contract is 2 years, $2 million apiece, so $4 million in total value. If you wanted to talk about Gustafsson and his power play ability, this has always been the selling point of him and his game. That 60-point season that he had in 2018-19 will never be replicated again. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. He's not going to be that good ever again, but he did have 30 points in the most recent season. He had 40 points in the season before that, split between Washington and Toronto. If the Toronto Maple Leafs were able to get this guy and utilize him in a pretty reasonable spot, the Red Wings probably will be able to do too. If Gustafsson comes over and plays top power play, it probably means that Shane Gostisbehere's days are numbered. If they don't end up getting Gostisbehere signed, then Gustafsson fills that role, left-handed guy, power play quarterback. Interestingly enough, there was a stint where both him and Gostisbehere were on the same team, I'm pretty sure, in Montreal. Was that the case here? Yeah, it was the case. So these guys were both in the locker room before. If the Red Wings are able to re-sign Gostisbehere, then maybe they'll be reunited once again. Who really knows? Gustafsson, of course, spent some time with Montreal, too, during their playoff run in 2021 when they went to the finals. Kinda crazy to see how that all went down, wasn't it? But Erik Gustafsson heading over to Detroit. It is an interesting signing. I do question it a little bit, but at the end of the day, if Shane Gostisbehere does not come back, it makes a lot more sense to me why this would get done. The Red Wings, though, also made a second signing that I wanted to talk about in this video. It is Sheldon Dries. 2-year deal in Detroit. It looks like it's a two-way deal. He's making $775,000 in the NHL, $475,000 in the minors, and a guaranteed $525,000. And this is a pretty alright contract, not gonna lie. Sheldon Dries, just to throw this out there, did spend some portions of the previous few seasons on the Canucks' second power play unit. Not the first power play unit, the second one. The first one was always dominated by the Hugheses, the Petterssons, the Besters, and the Millers. But Dries was, at some point throughout the year, a Canucks power play guy. It's why he had 17 points in 63 games played with the Vancouver Canucks in 2022-2023. This previous season, though, he had 52 points in 55 AHL games, did not play in the main NHL with Vancouver. He's always been a pretty good AHL guy, though, always solid for the Abbey Canucks, and a big leader as well. 30 years old, 5'9", 185, a very small player who does have some good offensive instincts. So for Sheldon Dries to be going over to Detroit as well, likely as a Grand Rapids Griffins forward, this is a pretty good add to the Detroit farm system. You're going to like Sheldon Dries a lot. If you wanted to force him to play in the NHL, he can. He is probably not the best option the Red Wings have, I'd say. Like, Jonathan Berggren still stands out as the main guy from Grand Rapids that would have NHL projectability, but Sheldon Dries is right there behind him. It's just he happens to be 30 and not young like Jonathan Berggren is. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Firstly, about Erik Gustafsson signing with the Detroit Red Wings, as well as Sheldon Dries. How do you feel about these contracts? Let me know in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed this video. 99 and bye.